live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony alongside. Our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
You know, it might sound cliche, but a road trip like this one is a great time for this team to build chemistry on and off the court. Chemistry absolutely matters in the NBA, and these are the kinds of opportunities teams need to build it.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. McCollum, the 2, and Hood, the 3. Anthony is out there with Whiteside, and it's Lillard in at the 1. And for Miami, they've got Robinson. Adebayo is out there with Myers Leonard, and there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win their championship.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Shoots from the high post, and the jumper is on the mark.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Now here's Hood. He just worked San Antonio in that last game.
When Hood gets room to shoot from the mid-range, he's as good as they come.
Here's Nunn. Pass to Adebayo. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Jimmy Butler confident in everything he does. Able to score from anywhere on the floor.
McCollum against Butler. McCollum left side. Now the pass to Whiteside. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Outstanding handles from the clever guard. Lillard crafty with it in his hand and can create for anybody.
Now here's Butler coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Nothing, that's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
McCollum against Butler. McCollum passes to Whiteside. No good that time. And Miami the other way now. Here's Nunn. Covered by Lillard. Kicks it to Butler. Pass to Nunn. Back to Butler. Over Whiteside. And there's another one for the Heat.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Here's Lillard. Softly drops in the floater. Lillard's got his second bucket.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's Nunn. He's coming off a 22-point game against New Orleans. That one doesn't go. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Robinson up top, covered by Lillard. Butler passes to Adebayo. Outside Robinson. The Heat need to get a shot off. And Whiteside sends it back.
Whiteside light off his feet. Plus he can block your shot with either hand.
And the rejection by Leonard. Here's Adebayo. Rebound by by the Trailblazers. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Now here's Hood. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Hood finds Lillard. McCollum with the ball. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 7.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And with the summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating a still and lure star talent to South Beach.
With the Heat back on the rise, the Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
And the Heat going with a whole new group on the floor. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Labissiere is checked in for Whiteside. Hezonja comes in for Anthony. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Hood. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Hero. He picked up 12 points in their last win against New Orleans. And Dragic has it in the corner. Trying to end the drought. Again, the miss by the Heat. Trailblazers leading by 3. Hezonja kicks to McCollum. It's deflected. Here's Hero. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him.
A nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Now here's Labissiere. He dishes it to Bazemore. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Here's Simons. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. The Heat trail by 3. Here's Hero. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Out left to the wing. There's Dragic with the 3. Rebounded by McCollum. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. A nice shot by Simons.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Dragic. Hezonja defending. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Hero. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. 1:31 left to play here in the first. Here's Simons to the middle. McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And like how aggressive Labissiere is on defense, using that wide frame to turn back shots.
There's 53 seconds left in the first. Bazemore for 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Hero. Johnson outside. Over McCollum. Johnson can't hit. Trailblazers leading by 8. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Here's Simons. He's guarded by Dragic. And here's McCollum. A 32-point game for him in the win against San Antonio. And so it's Portland holding on to an 8 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a cruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it. But with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
Jones is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hero into the two-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school. I didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage. Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Whiteside's checked in for Labissiere. Anthony comes in for Hezonja. Hood checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simmons. Throw good, Dragic. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Butler passes to Dragic. Butler on the wing, covered by Lillard. And it's Butler missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Bazemore misses. The Heat trail by 7. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Can't hit that one. Excellent D there from Anthony. Here's Bazemore. Hood trying to break free. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got 5.
Speed, athleticism, Kent Bazemore more than capable of taking it all the way to the rack.
Gets the pass to Nunn. Outside Butler. Over Hood. Butler, no good. And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. That one drops for them.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Gets the pass to Butler. Shot from 12. And he hits the jump shot. He's got 7.
I like the way he came off that pick. Being able to stay on balance, rise up, and knock down the shot.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. He gets that one. Anthony's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Gets the pass to Butler. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Maybe not the biggest name in free agency, but Jimmy Butler definitely a star player on the market.
A handful of teams were very interested in him, expressed interest in playing for Miami, and got his wish via sign and trade. We'll see if he can make them a contender in the East.
First one falls for. So, Smitty, if we take James Harden out of the equation, who has the best step-back jumper in the NBA right now?
You know, there's a few guys. Damian Lillard has an unbelievable step back. Steph Curry, Bradley Beal creates a lot of space on his step back jumper.
Robinson's checked in for Miami.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Butler against Bazemore. Ball's knocked loose. Takes the 13-footer. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Here's Lillard. The Heat getting the bucket. Whiteside with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
His shot blocking dominated the game. His 3 blocks really had an effect on defense.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws here for the night. 2 shots. First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against San Antonio. Here's Nutt. Passes it to Robinson. Now Butler. 5 on the clock. And it's good for 2. Butler's got 13.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. Dupree. They get the rebound.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Lillard against Robinson. Butler feeling out a bit. For Hood. Adebayo kicks to Leonard. Butler against Hood. Another shot. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Butler.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
So timeout called here. The first for Portland.
Well, you love the energy that Bam Adebayo brings while he's on the floor. Great finisher who hustles nonstop. Really, the only question is how you match him up on the defensive end.
For the Trailblazers, Skal Labissière's checked in for Whiteside. Hezonja comes in for Hood, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Kent Bazemore. Anthony kicks to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers, and Hezonja gets it to go. And those position questions you mentioned with Adebayo. A bit of a tweener in the post.
He is. Adebayo has a game that is suited for a center. He attacks and stays close to the rim. But he's had a hard time matching up against some larger centers. And that's why we haven't seen more of him.
Butler, no good. Trailblazers leading by 10. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Portland. Will retain possession. Johnson is checked in from Miami. And Portland with the change here too. Simons is checked in. So it's Portland now. A three from McCollum. 2 minutes. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Butler in the corner. Lays it up and banks it in. Butler's got 17.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Inside, McCollum. Some solid defense from Butler.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Here's Robinson. Olynyk tried to break loose. Moves back up, and the layup is up and in.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Here's Simons. 6 points for him. Dishes to McCollum. High, arcing shot. McCollum against Butler. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Now just a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
McCollum outside. A stupendous finish in traffic. He's got 7.
You can't give him any daylight or he will do just that.
Outside Butler. And they double up Butler. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. 6-point game. McCollum against Butler. Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. 5 to shoot. From deep. And no good in the last second attempt this time.
I mean, he closed the gap on that play with his speed. Jimmy Butler on defense is a treat to watch.
And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we go on both ends of the court. We buckle down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays. You know, cherishing every possession counts. And we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Portland came out ready to play. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few stops and some quality offensive possession. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. The second quarter wasn't as kind to them, but they still fought through some mistakes to have a 6-point cushion at the half. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
They were really efficient on offense, shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
You hear that sound, Ernie? That's the sound when a guy has tunnel vision, Ernie. When they got tunnel vision right now, not enough movement on and off the ball offensively, not enough of a pass-first mentality. They need to get their assist numbers up. The offense will improve from there.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Here we gon' get it till it's all.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. A high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Hood, and it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here is Robinson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Nunn. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Nunn's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Heat. Trailblazers leading by 3. Outside Hood. Pass to McCollum. Three-pointer, Lillard bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Here's Nunn. He's got 7 over Hood. And that one hits back iron.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. Proud Michigan State alum. Are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there's some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
And the second free throw, good. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. McCollum against Butler. Tipped away. Adebayo passes to Butler. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
Everything's been working for Butler tonight. He's developing the identity of a superstar.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Hood drives in. Right side, high post. Anthony right side. Shoots over Leonard. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Heat trail by 4. Here's Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
I love that by Jimmy Butler. Sees a little bit of daylight, takes it, and slams it.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 10. Lets it go from the wing. They get it back. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Pushing the action, Whiteside catches the defender a little out of position and draws the foul.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade, a chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
And the first one goes. Well, there is no doubt Hassan Whiteside still a major factor in rim protection.
I'm not sure if his block totals will get back to 4 a game, but he still gets plenty of blocks. The fear he puts in shooters, the amount of shots he changes, still make him one of the best in the business on defense.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Derek Jones comes in for Robinson, and it's Dragic in for Butler.
It's hard to intimidate Whiteside because he's usually the guy on the end doing the intimidating.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Now, here's Bazemore. He's got 5. Good work there as it goes. Bazemore's got 7 points.
Hit at the end of the play, Bazemore does a good job of maintaining focus.
Here's Dragic. And yes, it's good. He's got 5.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Bazemore. 7 points in the game. And the basket by Lillard.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Damian Lillard. Great showing for him last season. 3rd in free throw percentage, 9th in scoring, and his passing skills were on full display all year. He ranked among the top 15 in assists.
And just going back to his free throw efficiency, it's about confidence when you're at the line. You've always said it. He had it. That's how he ended up with the top 3 ranking. And it's Jones with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 3. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up. But it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Whiteside, good.
Good effort and energy by Whiteside. That time taking advantage of his size and strength.
And the Heat call time here. You know, the league is trying to maximize competition, Steve, and flatten the draft lottery odds has been one way to do it. Will that be enough? Is there still work to be done in that regard?
You know, I love the way they've done it so far, but I still think they can tweak it even more, and we'll get a better product on the floor where teams get a chance to compete for all 82 games. I like what I'm seeing right now.
So for the Trailblazers, Mario Hezonja is checked in for Anthony, and it's Simons in for Rodney Hood. Gets the pass to Hero. Outside, Jones. The pass to Dragic. Over Lillard. And it's Portland with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. With the floater. Here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Bazemore. Adebayo with the bucket. Adebayo's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Back to Lillard. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Great patience from the young big man. The game slowing down for Whiteside. You can see that.
Outside Dragic. He lobs up the alley-oop pass and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Bazemore. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lillard with it, now guarded by Dragic, and finished off by Hezonja.
Beautiful offense. Lillard creates time and again down the floor, whether it be for himself or for his teammates.
Here's Hero. Outside, Jones. And it's Adebayo in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. No good from Dragic.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Here's Simons, defended by Jones. A nice shot by Simons. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Jones. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hero. This one for 3. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Hero's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jones. And a switch here also for Portland. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Here's McCollum. Hezonja trying to free himself up. McCollum, no good.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Bazemore passes to Whiteside. And here's Bazemore. Portland, no good that time either.
Gotta recognize the situation. Trying to get a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
Simons surveying the D. Here's McCollum. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 5 rebounds tonight for the lead. Shots good by Hero. Hero's got 9.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
McCollum against Dragic. Pass to Simons. Up again, and Whiteside stays right with it. 5 points in the game.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Trailblazers lead by 1. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Hero out there with Dragic. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
Not to be denied. And what do you expect from Hassan Whiteside? He's full of confidence.
Dragic left side, and the layup's good off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Robinson with the block. Bazemore against Butler. It's blocked.
Bazemore, an excellent shot blocker for his size. His 7-foot wingspan catches you off guard.
That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 5 assists tonight. The Heat trail by 3. Here's the pass to Olynyk. To the paint. Here's Hero. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
It's McCollum on the wing. He's guarded by Dragic. Looking to end his cold spell. Offensive rebound. Whiteside. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Whiteside's got 9 points here in the second half. And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. It's a 3-point game. Now a timeout called by Miami.
We did it. I know we could. Thank God we did it. I know we could.
How does it look now for Portland? Anthony comes in for Mario Hezonja, and Hood subbed in for Anferny Simmons. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Now, here's Bazemore. McCollum outside. Here's Anthony, and it's sent back by Leonard. Butler against Bazemore. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's. It's McCollum on the wing. And Butler sends it back.
One of the most versatile defenders we have in the league. Butler's reach also allowed him to get that block.
Nunn passes to Leonard. Here's Adebayo. Oh, wow!
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now here's Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Butler against Bazemore. Butler goes in right through the knee for the layup. Butler's got 26.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Cullen passes to Carmelo. Launches a three. Good on the triple. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Nunn. And here's Adebayo. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
You look at the success of Jimmy Butler, the NBA's most improved player in 2015, and continuing to refine his game.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. Right side against Adebayo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This is it to Leonard. For Hood, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Leonard.
Rising to the occasion, he found a way to get himself open and get his shot.
Working the mid-range, but you would think the defense would be keying on him.
Now here's Lillard. Baseline J on the way. The offensive rebound. And that one, good. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 15 rebounds. Here's Nunn for by Lillard. Outside Robinson. To the inside. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Fires the 3. No good. And Miami the other way now.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Nunn passes to Butler. And they double up Butler. Here's Nunn. And the Heat get another bucket right there. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Got that one up quick. 17 points for Lillard.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And that one drops.
Responsibility all on Jimmy Butler. He stepped up to the plate on that one.
1:53 left to play in the final quarter. Lillard with it. Butler covering. Here's McCollum. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's the first that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
1:36 left in the game. Fires from 14. Adebayo controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lillard surveying the D. The dish to Whiteside. Here's Hood. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. That's to Nunn. Launches it. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Nunn's got the lead up to 3 now for the Heat.
I love how Jimmy Butler let the play develop. How he's learned to trust his vision.
Here's Lillard. McCollum trying to get open. Got it. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Butler. Over McCollum. It's in.
Defense, what defense? Jimmy Butler was determined to knock that one down.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 3. 36 seconds left in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jimmy Butler.
Hey guys, no doubt who our pick is going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Bazemore is checked in. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Not very careful there.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time. Costly.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Nunn. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Butler trying to get open as Adebayo. He can't get that one to fall.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
And they're looking to tie it up. Live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Timeout called the Heat.
But honestly, I put my boy. Sometimes I see him. I've been over. I'm in the bed. Debate about who is the greatest. Watching debate. I swear that it's always on. Guess what I want on. I swear that it's always on. Head out there. They do not have the amount yet. See, I come from a place don't usually amount. What it houses across from the suburbs. Causing the food like the northern and southern. Because it's running in your mouth. Cause they gun in your covers. There's no one that covers. That's pointing at you. They running for cover.
So the big win by Miami in a tight game. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, you have become a star in this league, big part of the team. Have those expectations put more pressure on you individually?
No pressure. I think I'm gonna do what I do each and every night. I'm not gonna play well every night, but I just gotta focus on me, this team, and worry about the outside influence.
A real leader, Jimmy. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.